Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Get it, mate. That's a good one. Shoulders, bro. Look at that.
Leaving the grey skies of the UK behind, November 2018 saw Samir and myself embark on an epic journey to the deep south of France. For Samir, nowhere is too far to drive if that's where he'd rather be angling, and this time he brought me along for the ride. Two mates, just looking for an adventure, and maybe, if we got lucky, the chance of one last big 'un each to sign the year off with.
First impressions then, guys?
Mate, look at it. Mate, it's incredible.
Some really nice carp that swim in this lake as well, buddy.
Look at the amount of wood. It's raw, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible, man.
Well,
what drive as well.
It was a mega drive, but we're not going to catch any fish here standing here talking about it. Let's get cracking, eh?
Right.
With the 15-hour drive and a few too many coffees behind us, we set about building camp and sorting some rods out for the night. Racing against the fading evening light, we headed out in the boats to try and find some carp and some spots amongst the rock and snag-littered landscape.
Well, this is starting to look like the spot. We've got a good view of reflections there. Topography's pretty cool, so yeah, we're going to drop our lines here and see what the night brings.
Darkness fell and the temperatures in the mountains plummeted. We built a campfire, making use of the huge amount of driftwood that carpeted the rocky tide line of the barrage.
It's like a £5 or something. Are there any really little ones in it?
I've not seen mine. Whoa. Oh mate, it's not a bad one.
No mate, bigger than I thought it was.
Can't really get out any further, man.
Mate, she's in.
Whoa! Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Get it, mate. That's a good one. Shoulders, bro. Look at that. Oh, dude. Bro, that is an absolute tank. What are you saying, guys?
Mate, I don't know. I'm just completely blown away.
What's a unit? And you thought that was a 10-pounder?
Mate, if that had fallen off, I would have said I'd lost a 10-pounder, man.
Mate, that's a carp of a lifetime in the net there.
It's the weirdest take as well.
Mate,
a few little bleeps. It was like a bream.
Yeah, I thought it was a bream, but I was thinking there's no bream in here. Mate, well done, guys. Seriously, bro, well done.
Blown away.
Congratulations, man.
Campfires and big commons, eh?
Dude, that is immense.
Few ounces under 50 pounds. First carp from the mountains. What a creature, man. Unreal. The most delicate of bites as well. A few little bleeps. Just not even sure she knew she was hooked. Then Yeah, really delicate fight as well. If I'd have lost it, I'd have sworn she was a 10-pounder. Maybe the cold water's dulled her a bit, eh? That was fucking stressful, man. We sat back with a fresh coffee whilst we waited for our local friend Matt to arrive with celebratory pizza and beers.
Thanks, Mark. Oh man.
Yeah.
So we roll in the valley. That looks immense. Oh yeah. Incredible. So good.
Yeah. Big carp.
Well, it's the last night on this lake before we move on to the second venue. After Gaz's stunning common last night, we're pulling out all the stops to try and bag one last carp. The conditions are looking not quite as good as yesterday. The wind's dropped off, but it makes for easy drops for our lines. So I'm going to move a few around where we heard some crash last night a bit further up the lake and rebait all my spots in the hope of a last night banger.
Dreams of big mountain carp had haunted us as we slept that night, surrounded by huge starry skies and the glowing embers of the evening's fire. But the night was cold, crisp and quiet. With a big day ahead, we wasted no time breaking camp and heading off for pastures new, making the 200-mile drive northeast to the second of the big venues to be greeted with moody skies and the big weather front we've been tracking on the forecast. What are we saying?
Big lake buzz, guys. I love this stuff.
It's moody, don't it, man?
I fancy our chances, man. Overcast, windy, humid, wet. It looks fucker.
Few other anglers about, isn't there, though?
Yeah, but it's stakes are high, big carp are coming out, so you're going to have other anglers here.
They've obviously got the same idea as us, haven't they?
Big carp season, bro.
Yeah, you know.
We're catching big dogs.
Okay, so here, it's just started to rain as well. So, yeah, slight error of judgment here.
Unfortunately, we appear to have got a little bit stuck.
Well, it was a fresh wind, wasn't there? We got excited about seeing the end of this point, and to be fair, it didn't really look too bad. In hindsight now, does look pretty bad. Okay, so apparently, Samir reckons if you end up in a situation like this, it's a bit of a bad omen for the trip. So what you're saying about previous experiences then of getting stuck in the mud?
If I turn up or something happens on the lake before we even got fishing, it's bad, then generally the badness just continues. Last time I got stuck, I got towed out, we ended up getting to the swim, found some spots, which was great, but then we just caught catfish. The time before that, we got stuck, we got towed out by a tractor, which was pretty great. And then we got to the spot, got all the rods out, and the fish started spawning. So generally, if things are going wrong, go somewhere else. And the best take is to this, like, just break down people.
Sweet.
Parlez-vous anglais? No. No. Catastrophe.
With the obvious language barrier, it was clear that it was going to be a few hours before any help arrived. Salvation.
Indeed. To the rescue. Flashing amber lights.
Yeah, situation isn't currently looking too good for getting the rods out tonight, I'm not going to lie.
Nice cup of tea, mate.
Yeah.
And a good night's kip would probably work better, I reckon.
Start fresh tomorrow.
Oh, well, after yesterday's shenanigans, I'm really buzzing to get fishing this morning, G.
I'm just happy to be rolling again after that.
Yeah, and the weather looks absolutely pucker for a bite, mate.
It worked out all right though in the end, didn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, we was going to slot in somewhere we weren't really feeling overly, and yeah, and after getting stuck in the mud, local anglers are gone, and the bay where the wind's smashing into is now ours. So.
Yeah, it does look really good. It's mad though, we were sat there, weren't we, waiting for the recovery, saying how sometimes things like that can actually help.
Yeah, twist of fate.
Fall in your favour, yeah, as opposed to actually being a disaster. It's kind of worked out well. It seems to have worked out right. We'll see, eh?
Yeah, only time will tell.
We'll see what happens in the next few days, but it certainly looks good, doesn't it? As the weather was building by the minute, we wasted no time getting the van unloaded, boats up, and our kit round the headland to the swims. Conditions looking prime, we wasted no time getting some fresh rigs tied before heading out in search of some spots.
Back to home point number 1.
Fishing, 2 in, 3 in. It's the third one, isn't it?
Yep. And then we're building up to the mega spot, eh?
Yeah. Plan is to find something nice out there, give it a massive hit, fish for bites on the other ones, and see what happens. With the rod splayed out across a range of areas, depths and topographies, it was down to the carp now, and all we could do was sit and wait.
So what's the plan then, Gaz?
If I'm totally honest, I'm not quite sure yet. so basically, we've done 2 nights in here. We've definitely fished through the best spell of the weather. Like, we were probably a day late, really. In reality, like, the wind had already turned up before us. Obviously, we were at the other lake before then, so we kind of got here as quick as we could, really. Hopefully, to try and coincide with that weather. Did look really good, big, mild, fresh southeasterly battering in. It looked really good, but they just haven't turned up on it. Like,
it just didn't work out, did it?
We've seen a couple, haven't we? But not enough, really. The weather's died now. It's back to flat calm. It's just going to be easterly, light for the next couple of days. And then we're going to make a decision about whether we stay or go. But don't know, I'm up for anything.
Yeah, same here. Just read the lake, really. If we get around there and we go for a bit of a wander and we see a few shows, maybe we'll stay, but if we see nothing, we're definitely on the move.
Either way, it's been an incredible lake.
Like, it's been a beautiful few days, definitely coming back. Mega landscapes, incredible moody light every morning. It's been beautiful. Would have been lovely to have caught one, but you can't win them all, can you? It's always next time.
All about the journey, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure.
With no sightings to go on, we decided to cut our losses, pack the boats, and head back up into the mountains to the third venue.
Wow, such a cool place, G. The terrain around here and the scenes are just epic, bro.
Big landscapes.
Another mega lake, eh?
Amazing, amazing. Well, is it lake? Is it river? I'm not sure.
This is just a small section of it as well, man.
It looks incredible. It looks incredible on the like on the satellite views. This is just a tiny bit of it. Huge piece of water, isn't it?
Immense piece of water.
But narrow.
And it contains a lot of carp.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so different from where we've just come from as well.
Variety's the spice of life, mate.
Like big, wild, mountainous. This is valley. Like beautiful autumn leaves everywhere. It's gorgeous. Really, really nice, man. Really exciting. Massive change of scenery.
We've got a limited number of hours before the sun sets to get our lines
we got to get our act together.
Yeah.
Get some rods out, build boats, sort our lives out.
Charge batteries, run generators.
I've worked out quite quickly this kind of fishing's never easy.
After seeing a couple of shows, we decided on the best area to reach them from. As ever, it seemed we were chasing the last of the light, and with fresh rigs to tie and 8 spots to find and mark, we had our work cut out to get things in position before dark.
First bit that I found that's quite fishable. It's nice and firm bottom. Got just under 2 meters on the echo, which is majorly ideal. This bit here is nice in front of this bush, but I kind of think a carp's going to dart in there if I get a run, so I might just go towards this more sparsely wooded area. That one jump?
Yeah, I did, mate. It's going off.
It's going off.
What's that like?
Oh,
that's God. 3 bites in an hour and a half. Whoa.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, mate.
Yes, mate.
Mate. There you go.
What we got? Let's have a look.
It's cool, though. It's got a nice one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I've just got in the boat to come out and drop my line, and Gaz is away. Would you believe it? This has turned out to be a bit of carnage over here. Yes, mate.
Yeah, same size as yours, dude.
Banger number 2.
Oh, deja vu, you played your games. I'm trying to move on, can you do the same? Yeah, I'm just trying to break out now. Oh, I got a new horizon. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me, yeah.
We arrived at dusk, and we weren't really too sure if we was on the right spot, but it soon became apparent with all the shows, yeah, there was a lot of carp in the area. This one didn't put up much of a scrap, and to be honest, I wasn't even sure if it was a carp to begin with. She woke up right at the net. As you see, she's a lovely long river fish, and a great way to open our account on the new barrage.
What are you going to give me for that?
What, like?
Wait. Twice.
I'm just going to give you a banger certificate.
Just going to give a banger certification.
Yeah, it's certified.
Oh, mischief.
Yeah, it's all, we've got Drift City going on over there. Just like lift them up and everything starts drifting off with the current. That one's a hammer, mate.
What a place.
Mega. Beautiful scenes, beautiful carp. Great start. But I kind of think we need to get moving in a bit, you know?
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet this morning. Since I had this bite, there's not a lot happened, does there? Whether or not they're still going to be here this evening, I don't know. We need to get out in the boats, go and have a look, see if we can find any.
And start our plan from there, really, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers, girl. Let's get you back.
Nice one. Hammer.
With the area only coming alive after dark, and 2 beautiful carp having already fallen to our hastily laid traps, we decided to stay put for a second night. We worked as a team to explore and try and capitalise on the areas we'd heard the majority of the activity in the night before.
See that marginal shelf coming up just nice there, guys. Let's pucker.
Good. We're only like a couple of rod lengths off the trees there.
2 metres is a bite.
Nice sign.
Yeah, and the bottom looks firm as well. And look at all the divots in the top picture.
Yeah.
Let's expand that.
This corner looks really good actually.
Mate, there's so many divots there. Look at them. That's where carp have been feeding, mate.
Is that actually what they are?
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Nice even spread tonight. If only we'd had our lines set out like this yesterday, I'm sure we would have cupped a few more, but
Yeah.
Kind of feel like it's all a little bit too late.
It's been mega quiet and it's like a ghost town out here.
Yeah, no big jump-ins, no big shows, you know, no big reflections on the echo, so...
I did see a few earlier, that was only a few hours ago, and it just came alive, didn't it, after dark last night, so that I'm just hoping,
Me too.
just hoping
Fingers crossed.
that the same repeats. Can't do any more than that, can we, mate?
Tried our best, fella.
Yeah, for sure. See what the night brings, eh?
And if not, we're off in the morning.
Despite it becoming obvious that the bulk of the fish had indeed moved, we did manage to pick off a couple of stragglers, with one in particular being a really special one.
It's not bad, man. Yeah, that's a lovely one.
Yes.
Well done, mate.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, she's in there.
Yeah, it's a nice one, man.
Lovely start to the evening, bro.
Look at that! Oh, it's heavy, so you're gonna have to excuse my my poor dialogue here. But an amazing carp, absolutely beautiful, beautiful common. To be honest, we thought it was all over. Really, we saw hardly anything yesterday evening. It was like a ghost town out there compared to the first evening. Kind of thinking we should have moved, but yeah, we had a couple. Incredible carp, pristine mouth. Big long one. We haven't weighed it.
It's got to be just over 40 pound, low 40s I reckon. Not that matters in the slightest. Incredible carp for an amazing, amazing place.
Restless and determined, with camp broken and a caravan assembled, we headed off down the barrage to try and work out where the rest of the carp had gone.
Well, we've just arrived at a new spot. It's been a bit doomy on the way up. We haven't seen much on the old Echo. But just as we was deciding what to do, we see one lunk out. Not a big one. We decided to do a night here before we move on. You reckon, Gaz?
Long old trip up as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, a couple of hours, mate.
Yeah, it was a couple of hours steaming with the petrol motor as well. So yeah, it was kind of a bit of a case of cut our losses and get back to where we'd seen some earlier on, or do a night here. But actually, it looks all right.
Yeah, and we're seeing one show as well.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So we've got a lot to do before the night falls now, buddy.
Yeah, amazing place to spend the night, whatever happens, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Let's get our rods sorted then. Oh, got it, finally again. We're back on the money again.
Faced with masses of driftwood and tiny spots on small marginal shelves, once again we struggled to get 8 traps set in the fading light, only to be wiped out just on dusk by a pike angler speedboat. After cutting and rejoining all our rods from the giant ball of mangled whiplash, we tried to salvage something from the night.
So yesterday, me and Gaz decided to go have a good look around after feeling that the fish were moving out of the area we was angling. We decided to go the whole length of the barrage to see if we could work out exactly where the larger number of carp were, and that brought us to 8 miles down barrage. We had a good look around, but still felt the majority of the carp was in the area we was angling from. So rather than turn around and head back and risking getting our rods out in the dark, we decided to fish here for the evening. And this was our reward. I wasn't really sure if I had a carp on when I was playing this one in, as there was so much timber in the swim. But yeah, he popped up just to the other side of all the mega trees, and that was our reward for our efforts yesterday. Big or small, we love them all. It's gone. Let's get the out of here.
Arriving back in the area we'd left the previous day, with the water having risen almost a metre overnight, we wasted no time in getting some rods back on the spots. With the rods set once again for the night, this time with a minimum of stress and drama, and with a few sightings and reflections on our echoes, we hoped we'd made the right decision to head back, and expectations were high for the night ahead.
Right, got it. I think she's gone into the deeper channel. I was fishing in 1.5 meters of water, and I really wasn't confident on this spot at all. I just thought it was too shallow for a bite, but it's still swimming towards me. What's going on? That was a melter as well. Oh, not anymore.
That's weird.
Oh, mate, it's in that channel now.
So strange.
Oh.
Still on?
Yeah, still on, mate. That is absolutely a Chunkosaurus Rex.
Mate, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it, this trip? You've worked hard for that.
Yeah, mate. I've been working my way through grafting. What a carp. Thanks for all your help, mate.
Big carp buzz, mate.
Never seen it before now, has it? Well, after yesterday's nightmare, getting our rods towed in by a speedboat, getting them back luckily enough, and a 9-mile move back to this end of the lake after scouring the whole barrage to realise that the majority of the fish was where we just moved from. Didn't take long to get this bite, and it was an absolute just reward for all our efforts. This is not the only fish I caught last night, and the second one I've got to show you is an absolute banger. Come on, let's go get the big one.
On this side.
As promised, the second part of last night's reward for our efforts, an absolute mega river common. Beat me up good and out in that open water. We worked so hard yesterday, especially battling against all the driftwood, and to catch this fish after all that, I'm proper stoked. A proper bit of teamwork, and this is our reward. 2 nights left, anything's possible.
What's going on, buddy?
I just out of the blue in the afternoon. Rod's away. You had to give me a little shout for this one, didn't you?
Having a little freshen up in the van, weren't you, mate?
Just a bit, yeah.
Started to get a bit feral, hadn't it?
But yeah, man, so she just rattled off, mate. So...
After the previous night's success, as darkness drew in, expectations were understandably high for the night ahead.
Same spot.
Brother?
Second bite of the night. Moved the spot today, a little bit out of the trees, and with the water level rising, I'm sure they'd be in there. And yeah, man, already had one off the spot. This one's absolutely just melted off. Thought the other one was going to be a good fish, and it turned out to be like a nice fish. But I'm not going to lie.
Does it feel better?
Oh, it's slow. It's slow.
Come on. That's a nice carp, that, mate. Yes, mate, that's a good one.
That's a long carp, bro.
That's a good carp, that, mate.
and an incredibly long racing common. This fish is well over 1.20 m and was taken from my least favourite spot last night. The water level's been rising rapidly along with the temperatures falling, and I caught this one in about 1.6 metres of water, fished to the other bank amongst the trees and the mangroves. I really thought the channel rods would be the ones to go last night, and I was really shocked when this one rattled off at 3:30 in the morning. One of 4 bites from last night from the least favourite spot. What a magnificent creature. Loveliest of times.
With all the action coming during the night, sleep had become a precious commodity. The tiredness and fatigue of a long trip was starting to take its toll, but it was the last night and we knew it was the final push. Working together as a team to redo our rods, and with the water level still rising and the spots looking better by the minute, for one last time our rods were reset and the little firm spots out amongst the silt in the hope of a last night banger.
What's going on then, Jay?
We've got about an extra metre of water in here since we started. Second time we've moved back, still coming up. It was basically on my door, I'd given it all I could, and yeah, it was time to move basically. So sadly I'm now up on the road.
Relocated to the hills.
Relocated to the road. But other than that, it should be good. The spots look so much better with a bit more water on them, so it's all good.
Fingers crossed for the night.
Yeah, man, for sure, it's looking good.
Proper buzz. Lovely. Cool, that was out the blue, wasn't it, G?
Mate, just getting wrapped up, last of the stuff going in the van.
And she's just melted off.
Some tunes on.
Yeah. Feels not a bad fish, this one. Quite slow. Not fast like the smaller ones seem to be really fast.
Yeah.
Right.
That spot's absolutely rocking out there, isn't it?
Oh, mate, that's bite number 7 now in, what, 24 hours?
It's done 4 bites this afternoon.
Yeah, mega spot.
Yeah, they've just, for whatever reason, they've just stacked in there, haven't they, as this water's got up.
But man, it's been a wonderful trip, mate, and it's certainly not over by a long shot yet. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Mate, it's a kipper. It's a chunk, isn't it?
Did you see it ping off?
Mate, it's a chunk.
Mate.
Oh, it's a donkey.
Oh, mate, that's a donkey, bro. Oh, mate.
Oh my God.
Mate, that's huge.
Last night buzz, G. Woo!
Just show you this one quickly. It's kicking off out there tonight. I think this is bite number 6 or 7, something like that. Just gonna slip this one straight back. Bites all coming off a tiny little area, probably about 15 yards square, something like that, 20 yards square. Despite it being the coldest night that we've had, actually, it's freezing. Got a bit of sleet and hail coming at the moment. It's freezing, but yeah, they're just having it. You all right?
What are you saying?
Feels good in again, you know. Feels good.
It's kicking off in it tonight.
Yeah,
Big time.
No sleep, G. Absolutely impossible, mate. It's a fish every 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's carnage at the moment, isn't it?
Caught a mirror!
Oh, yes, mate.
Oh, that's mental. Oh, it's a really bad one as well. A nice one.
Let's have a look at her. First mirror of the trip.
Yeah, man, it's got quite broad shoulders, bruv, look.
Oh, that's a good one.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see.
It's a nice mirror, isn't it?
We'd worked incredibly hard over the course of the 13 nights angling, fishing 3 venues, moving countless times to track the carp down, and finally, right at the death, it had all come good for us.
There you go. Last one of the trip for me. It's been an unbelievable trip. Proper adventure. Really big trip for me this as well. 13 nights angling. It's actually the longest carp fishing trip I've ever done. Seen the seasons change, seen the landscape change. Gone from 19, 20 degrees at the start, sunshine and shorts up in the mountains, through to seeing the leaves drop. And then the last couple of nights it's felt like winter, -3. And some sleet last night as well, and unbelievably actually 2 best nights fishing as well, right at the death. This lovely one was, I think, one of about 9 or 10 bites last night between us. Hectic, no sleep, big old drive back to Calais now, but Mega Buzz is undoubtedly going to see us home. Let's get you back.
Oh, what a special one this is. Beautiful mirror caught from an environment mostly dominated by commons. I was absolutely buzzing when I see this one break the surface. Beautiful fish, although not the biggest. Stunning, and I'm proper buzzing. The next one I've got to show you though, proper hammer. Awesome way to end an epic trip. It was a real slow start to begin with, and after 6 nights blanking, I was really starting to worry if it was actually going to happen. We've seen all the seasons this trip, and the conditions have been tough at times. But man, our hard work has paid off in the end, and I've had the loveliest of times with my buddy Gaz. Proper Boy Scout business.
Man, what a carp.
What a trip, man. Top buzz, buddy. Certainly remember this all winter.
Wet knees for the drive home's always the one, isn't it?
For sure, man. Sick. For sure. Sick.
Somehow, the buzz of those last night captures managed to carry us all the way home. They always say journeys are best shared, and this one truly was, in every sense of the word. 2 mates sharing the buzz of every capture, every dawn, and every late night drop. Samir had said to me at the start of the trip there'd be no going back once I'd experienced the taste of the freedom this kind of carp fishing offered, and I now had a much better idea about what he meant by that. Nowhere's too far away when it's somewhere you really want to be.